Hi, and welcome to your 15-minute Stronger After Stroke workout. We are going to be focusing on 2 sets of 5 compound full body exercises. So let's go ahead and jump right into our warm-up. We're going to start with a nice shoulder roll or arm swings if you're feeling a little feisty. So I'll let you decide. Now, compound exercises are exercises that just move and work multiple different muscle groups in that movement. Whereas a lot of my exercise videos are focused on isolated movements and muscle groups like ankle dorsiflexion, wrist extension. This is going to be focusing on targeting multiple different muscle groups. Now, safety-wise, this is going to have you standing up, moving around. So I want you to make sure you've got something behind you, just in case you lose your balance, and something to hang on to. Grab someone to be in the room with you if you feel unsteady or unsafe. Let's get into our first exercise, which is squats. So what I'm gonna do is show you a modified version. So I've got this nice mat table behind me, but you can do this at a couch. You're going to bend your knees. You've got your feet about hip width apart, and you're just bringing your bottom down into that squat. You wanna try to keep your back as nice and straight as you can. If it helps, you can have your arms out in front of you. I'm gonna turn sideways so you can kind of see my form here. But the reason I like having that couch or surface behind you is you are going to get that feedback, so you kind of know when you've gone far enough. And it's also a safety precaution so that as you're going down, you're not going to go down to the floor if you lose your balance or get uncoordinated. So we are almost done with this one. We've got a 30-second rest break right here. So go ahead and stop, take a little deep breath. If you need to sit in between these and take a rest, that's totally fine. Go ahead, take a nice big deep breath, grab a sip of water if you need it. Nice job. I've got 30-second rest breaks after each of these exercises just to give you a chance to recover, since these are more advanced movements. But we're gonna go ahead and stand back up because we're getting into exercise number 2, which is lunges. Now, you can start with whichever foot you want forward, affected or unaffected, because on the next set, we're gonna swap sides. So I'm gonna show you sideways. All you're going to do is get your feet apart from each other, kind of staggered, one in front, one in back, and then you're gonna bend your knees and come right back up. Now, you don't want that knee going all the way over your foot. You want that knee about right over the middle of your foot to your toes. Now, you can use, as I'm showing here, a hand on the couch with another person. If you're working out at the kitchen counter, whatever you got to keep you nice and stable. But we're gonna focus on this. So I've got my right foot forward for this one. Next time I'll show you with my left foot forward. But like I said, we're gonna work out both, so it doesn't matter which one you start with. Okay, stop here, take a little breather. We've got 30 seconds. You may be starting to feel those muscles burn, but don't worry, we're moving on to some upper body stuff. Leg stuff is done, moving on to upper body so that those quads and hamstrings can get a little bit of a break. Stop and take a big breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. And we're moving into exercise number 3, which are going to be push-ups. Now, I'm going to show you the modified version of this, which is utilizing a mat table, or you can even use a wall to do your push-ups on. But I'm going to show you using the mat table. So I'm going to be putting my hands right onto the top of the mat. My feet are coming out behind me, and then I am using my hands flat to push down and up. Now, if this is still too difficult, I'm going to show you another modified version. You can get onto the floor if you're able to do that, and keep your feet on the ground. I'm sorry, keep your knees on the ground and push that way. If that is still too hard, go over to the wall and you can do some wall push-ups. But let's go ahead and take a breather here. Woo! If you need to sit down and take a rest break, totally fine. These are more advanced movements. Like I mentioned in the beginning, we are working out multiple muscle groups, not just isolated movements. So you are likely to get more tired with this exercise, and you may have a bit of muscle soreness after this as well. Of course, my rule of thumb is if you feel any sharp acute pain, stop. Always stop, do not push through pain. All right, we're moving on to our fourth exercise. So we're going to get down onto all fours. You're gonna come down onto your forearms, and we're gonna get into a plank position. Now, if you are unable to get up off of your knees like this in a traditional plank position, you can come back down on your knees and just hold here and squeeze those tummy muscles as hard as you can and try to keep them up and nice and tight. However, if you're looking for more of a challenge, lift up those knees and try to hold yourself up, feeling those tummy muscles burn, woo, as you're holding yourself up. Now, for even more of a challenge, you can come all the way up with your arms straight. But meet yourself where you are. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my knees down. We're gonna take a nice break here. Woo! Now that's an exercise that I have been working on personally, trying to get back into shape. So we're taking a nice rest break here. And if at any point you need to pause and take a longer break, totally fine. You go at your own pace. All of these exercises can be modified to meet you where you are. But we've got one more exercise to go through before we get our last 30-second break and then into set 2. So we're gonna go back into that all fours position, and we're gonna be doing a bird dog pose. So we're down on all fours, and we're gonna start by lifting opposite arm and leg. So if you're lifting your right arm, you're lifting your left leg. And then maybe you bring that down and you alternate. Left arm comes up, right leg comes up. Now, if that is really difficult for you, just try lifting one limb at a time, okay? So maybe you try to lift your affected side up and try to hold it up. If you can't get it all the way up, that's okay. Even just a little bit is good. Maybe you try bearing weight down through both of your arms and trying to lift your affected leg. Modify this to meet you where you are. But let's go ahead, we're taking a break here. Whew, I'm feeling that. I'm getting a little sweaty here. Take a nice big deep breath, because guess what? We gotta go through all of those again, but you are strong, you are building strength, you can do this. Just make sure that you're taking appropriate rest breaks and being safe, safe, safe. We're gonna go ahead and come back up to standing, and we are going back into squats. So I'm gonna show you in that same modified position where you're bending your knees, bottom is coming back to either your couch, maybe you're practicing at a bedside. You can have your arms up or out to the side to kind of help stabilize you. You can be holding on to something. Maybe you have a walker, you're still walking with a walker, and that's fine. And you're using that to hold on to as you bend those knees and get that bottom down. Maybe you need more of a challenge and you're bringing that bottom all the way down, almost to your knee level. Keeping that back nice and straight, because we don't want any back injuries from this. Good. Let's do one more and come back up. We're done with squats. I'm gonna sit down here, take a break. We have a few seconds here to catch your breath. And breathe. Very nice. I know this is one of my more challenging workouts, but you are doing great. And showing up for this and putting in the work is how you're gonna get stronger. All right, we're moving into the second exercise again, lunges. So now this time, we started with right leg forward. We're gonna start with left leg forward so we even out, right? I don't want one leg bigger than the other. Let's go ahead and bend our knees, bring our legs down. I'm using the mat table for a little bit of stability here. If you're looking for more of a challenge, you can come down, walk it back, bring it forward. This is a little bit more dynamic. This is going to be a little bit more challenging. However, if even this is too much of a challenge, all I want you to focus on is just a little gentle bend in your knees. You don't even have to come down as far as I'm going. Making sure that you're still holding on because safety is the most important thing. Okay, let's do one more. And bring it back up. Wonderful. We have a 30-second rest break here. You're doing fantastic. Let's catch our breath. Quick reminder to hydrate if you need some water. I'm getting sweaty with this one. You may want to keep a towel by you. Wipe that sweat off. But working out both affected and unaffected side together is so good. You are retraining your brain with every exercise. Okay, but guess what? We are back into third exercise, push-ups. So I'm gonna go back to the modified push-up, which is where I am here. Hands are on the mat table. Now you may be using a kitchen counter. You may be coming up to the wall and pushing up. Obviously, you're not gonna have this in between. You're gonna be right up closer to the wall. But let's go ahead. We're gonna come down and push back up. Like I showed you in that first set, if you need to go down to the floor, get down on your knees. You can do that. If you're looking for a different modification, as I just mentioned, you can go stand at the wall if you need something a little bit less challenging. Maybe this is too hard for you. And that's okay. Let me check my timer. Let's do one more. Okay, come back up. Breathe, my friends. We've got 30 seconds here. You're doing fantastic. Only 2 more to go. Please don't quit on me now. I know you can do this. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. We're taking a moment to just be mindful that your body is still powerful, that even though you've had a stroke, it is still capable of working for you and working hard. Okay, we are getting into planks. Yeah, we got this though, folks. So we're gonna get on the floor, onto all fours, wherever it's safe for you to do that. Now I'm gonna show you coming down onto my forearms, and I'm gonna bring my legs out behind me, trying to get my back and my butt flat, right? Now, like I said before, if this is a little too difficult, bring those knees down. What you're gonna still try to do is keep your back slightly flat and squeeze those tummy muscles while you're in this position. However, if you have a little bit more movement, go ahead and bring those knees up. Hold it there. This is hard for me too. But a good plank is so important for your core strength, your trunk strength. Bring those knees down. Woo! Let's go ahead and take a little break before our last exercise. Man, that's a good one, and it is a hard one. What I really like about these exercises, the push-ups, the planks, the next one, the bird dogs, these get you down on all fours. You are doing a lot of weight bearing with these exercises, which is so important to help retrain your brain on where your body is in space, how your limbs are moving. So important. So on that note, let's finish up strong with our last exercise, bird dogs, okay? I'm gonna get back into that all fours position, and we are just going to slowly alternate opposite arm and leg. Ready? Right arm, left leg come up. We hold here for a few seconds. While you're in this position, squeeze those tummy muscles. Bring that down, switch sides. We're squeezing those tummy muscles. You may be feeling your wrists, your knees kind of wobbling around, and that's okay. That is your body showing you how strong it is, course correcting when you feel like you might fall over. Go ahead and bring that up. Woo! See? I'm having some coordination trouble, and that's okay. These are hard movements. Let's bring it down and do one more. You got this. Hold it there. Now you can see I've had some trouble with these. Go ahead and bring it down. Let's just stop and breathe for a minute. These are hard movements. As I mentioned at the very beginning and throughout, always make sure that you are practicing good safety. If that means having someone else in the room with you, supporting you through these movements, something to hang on to. Maybe you're practicing on all fours on the bed. I know that's a little squishy and can cause some, issues with that stability, but safety is the ultimate key here as you're working on building strength. So all I want us to do here is let's just take a few deep breaths. Let's cool down from this because this was a heavy one. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. We're gonna do one more of those. In through your nose and out through your mouth. You are amazing, incredible. I'm so proud of you for making it through that one. That is probably one of the toughest workouts that I have put out. So wonderful job. You should be hugely proud of yourself today. As always, I am gonna leave a link down in the description below if you would like to sign up for the email list, which gets you free stroke recovery tips and motivational emails every week, as well as a free copy of my ebook, The Stroke Recovery Pocket Guide. And if you find value in what we do here at Post Stroke and you're able, please consider donating, either via a one-time donation via PayPal or by becoming a Patreon member, where in exchange for a monthly donation, you get access to cool perks like social media shoutouts, behind the scenes videos, and even YouTube shoutouts, of which I have one today. Thank you so much to Doug C. for donating at our Empower level. We truly can't do what we do without you. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.